So thank you for joining us. We're going to do channeling here in just a moment. Each week we're told what it is that what the topic will be. And the topic tonight came from the day we had. So, so I'm looking forward to watching this later so I know what was being said, but it's going to be just as much for us as everybody. The topic is focus on the positive. So if you'll take a slow, deep breath and allow us to move aside.
And we're going first.
Yep, we'll invite in those that wish to talk to you tonight. Welcome, my children. We are here to discuss the topic of focusing on the positive. And the reason this was chosen, as was mentioned, is that even the bodies before you have human issues and have days that are good and days that are not as good. So we wish to remind you, much like we have reminded them throughout this day, about your focus and how important your focus is for your life. You came to this planet equipped with what you call an ego. It is the part of you that understands and lives in the body and understands the game in the way that it sees it as separate. The ego has many, many reasons for being there. One is it is part of your user interface, for lack of a better word, and it is part of that for you to experience this realm that you are in. The ego is truly not ever removed. As long as you are in physical form, it is there. The hope is that the ego becomes less prominent. That at some point in your evolution, the ego takes a back seat. Still there, still talking periodically, but it is not where you function every day. This is not the case for most of you. You are working that, you are getting there, but you're not there. We see this. This is good progress. Please continue. Here's what we wish to explain, though. Your ego wishes for you to have chaos in your life. Your ego is more important when it can see duality strongly. So when it creates an us versus them, when it creates a scenario in your mind, when it causes you to worry and fret, when the ego is active and creates chaos either within you or in your life, what takes place is you lose your connection. I wish to say that again because it is different than losing your peace. You lose your connection to your peace. You have peace deep inside of you all the time. It is source. Source is inside of each of you, and source is peace. Source is truly acceptance and love. And each of you have this inside, but your connection to it gets severed. In that you forget. You forget this. And your ego's job, task, one of the things that it is here to do is to cause that friction for you so that you must learn and look for that love. You must hunt for that peace. You must quiet the ego to find your connection. This is important. The way that this plays out for many of you is that there are many things going well in your life today. Some of you have nice relationships, others of you have supportive families, some of you have great friends. Some of you are doing fine financially, some of you are in a good space in your life. Yet, your ego reminds you of what you don't have yet, what you haven't accomplished yet, where you haven't gotten yet. Well, but I don't have this, but I don't have that exponential expansion, that desire for more, or the focusing on a word someone said. Someone looks at you strange. Someone says they don't like your hair. Someone says something negative or something just slightly off, and you ruminate. You go over and over and over again. Oh no, what did I do wrong? What was wrong? What was wrong? And you stress yourself out. You stress the body that you have been given. This is harmful. Even though you may have many things in your life that are going well, it is difficult to remember that when there is one problem. So imagine that in your finger you have a splinter, and that splinter hurts, and you wish to remove the splinter, but it hurts. So everything else is good, but you focus your entire attention on this one little thing that is not right, and it becomes huge, and it makes your life miserable because you are focusing on the negative thing. Might even be, as I mentioned, as small as a splinter. It may not be at the moment, but even if there are larger issues at play that you see as negative, it doesn't matter because there are many, many positive things in your life. You just don't see them. This is why we have talked before about gratitude, because it helps your brain focus on what is working and what is positive for you. Gratitude is the thing that helps you not focus on the splinter. Yes, perhaps the splinter needs to be removed, but once it is gone, just to ruminate, to think back about it over and over and over again, which many of you do, of things that have happened in your past. Let them go. Take the gift. Stop picking at the spot. Allow it to heal. This is a healing community. This is your, you say, tribe. This is a place of support for you. Be here. Come here. Feel the love. Feel the energy we bring here. We wish for you to focus on what is working in your life. Focus on all of the good things that are happening. Focus on the person who gave you a nice smile or a hug, the positive energies, instead of always just focusing on what isn't working. As you know, there have been many other channels that have said, what you focus on is what you get more of. We are here to say it's a little bit different than that at this level. What you focus on is what you see more of. Please hear that difference. So we are not saying that if you focus on the negative, you will get more negative. What we are saying is if you focus on the negative, you will see more negative things in your life. So if you focus on what is positive and working and going well for you, then you will see more of the positive things in your life. Everyone who walks in your shoes, everyone who goes to your level, who is on 3D, who is on the earth, everyone who is in your community will have what they call negative things happen. What we wish for you is that that is not your focus. That your focus is on what is working right. What is good? What are you grateful for? Because when you do that, then those little negative thoughts, those little negative things can move aside. It is your ego that wishes you to stay in chaos. It is your ego that wishes you to stay separate from source, not finding that peace that is inside of you, that peace that is always there, that peace that passes understanding. That is there always. That is source. That is who you are. Yet the ego layers many things on and says, no, I am this, I am that, I am not this, I am not that, and judges. The ego judges you against others. I don't have as much as they do, so therefore I am not worthy. I do not look like they do, so therefore I am not important. We are here to tell you that is the game of the ego. Do not fall prey to that. Know that you will not leave or get rid of your ego ever as long as you have this form. Yet it does not need to be in charge. We really wish for you to get this because your lives are good. Yes, there are struggles. We are not saying that that's not the case. But your lives are not all bad. Focus on the positive. Focus on what is working. Focus on the gratitude, the things that you have. Allow your ego to take a step back. Allow your ego to not run the show and to worry and create more and more chaos as it wishes. Take that step back. Do that breath that you were just taught. Learn about that 𝗘𝗠𝗟𝗏 heart breath so that you can do that to stay centered and connected to Source and Mother Earth, connected to who you truly are. For we wish nothing more but for you to be happy. Yet your ego does not want that. We wish for you to feel connected. Yet your smaller ego self does not want that. We long for you to feel the unconditional love that we have for you, yet your ego self does not want that. We want you to be happy, to connect, to feel fulfilled, yet your ego always wishes for more. This is a trap. Do not give in to it. Stay connected with that breath. Stay connected to who you are. Stay in touch with that inner core of peace and happiness that is inside of each of you. For we love you. We do not wish you to be miserable. We do not wish you harm. We do not wish you pain. We wish you love and comfort and connection.
Ego. Everybody's got one. We would remind you at this time that each of you are going through a time, this time and space of the moment you are in at the moment is the lead up to certain astrological events on your world. And these events are inviting you to bring to the surface many things that are unhealed at this time. Things that most of you thought you had already completed, that you thought you were done with, it's over, and it is not. These are, however, the final pieces coming to the surface for you to release now. This is why, as these things arise, you look at them, but you remember this is only a fragment of my being. Not only is it only a fragment of the life you are currently living, it is a minute fragment of your being. Please notice the difference there. In your life on this planet, you begin to accumulate memories, you begin to accumulate experiences, but this is only a very, very, very small part of who you are within this game as well. Part of this game, the way to level up in this game is to keep rising higher and higher with broader and broader consciousness. The way to do this is to remember it is your focus, it is your attention on what you want that brings that into being. However, as our beloveds pointed out to you, it is not that you are creating those things in your life or even drawing them to you. It is your own awareness that allows you to actually see that which is always there. We understand it does not feel this way to you sometimes, but there is always balance in your life. There is always an equal amount of negative and an equal amount of positive. It is up to you and your focus which one you want to move into. You say, but I always want the positive. Well, do you? Because if you do, why are you looking at all the ways you don't have it already? If you want the positive, stop looking at the negative. Stop giving it power. Bring your focus to that which brings you pleasure and joy. We would also remind you that if you will simply move that ego aside, what you will find is that at an underlying state, you are both peaceful and happy. We're going to say this again. When you will move your ego aside, you will find that your underlying state of being is peaceful and happy. When your ego, or mind, the two are pretty much interchangeable, gets involved and it begins going, well, this happened and that happened, and what about this, and what if that happened, and blah, 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 and on and on and on incessantly, like a monkey in the forest just chattering away with no point. Stop the mind. Step back from the chatter. Do the 𝗘𝗠𝗟𝗓 breath, or even any meditative breath you have ever been taught. Calm your mind. Bring your focus back to what you are within yourself, and that is peace, and that is happiness. These are not emotions, these are states of being. Right? Peace, happiness. Now, how do we go about this in a day-to-day? How do we teach you to go about this? For us, on the plane and dimension in which we stand, this is not as hard as it is where you are on the planet Terra Gaia. On Terra Gaia, it is still a mixed bag and will always remain a mixed bag, because that is the purpose of this space. It is the space you come to master duality. Now, again, do not hear us say this as a way that you must do something, because it is not. You will master duality no matter what you do. You will awaken no matter what you do or don't do. This is a given. Just as when you lay your body down to sleep at night and it goes to sleep, you do not do anything to awaken it, unless you've set an alarm, and that is still not you awakening you. That is something external doing this. If you allow yourself to sleep, none of you will sleep for 24 hours. Now, some of you who may think you're a cat may sleep for 20. All right, but you will not sleep for long. You will awaken. This is a natural thing. We spoke to you earlier about the fact that if you have a sore on your hand or your finger or wherever that splinter may have been, if you are constantly digging at it, if you're constantly scratching it, even once the splinter is gone, you are prolonging the healing process. And again, yes, there may be some things that you do. You may remove the thorn. You may put ointment on this thing, on the sore, but the healing process itself is natural. Anything and everything that we do, anything and everything that you do is only to help your body access that natural healing ability. The only thing that you need to do in terms of your emotions is allow them to surface, acknowledge them, embrace them, and allow them to heal on their own. Do you understand this? All right. Now, focus. This is easy to do, and we are going to give you a definition of a word most of you despise, and that word is discipline. Discipline is nothing more than remembering what you want. Discipline is remembering what you want. When we say this, we've said this to each of you before, the one thing that you really want is the peace of God. The one thing that you really want is that love, that unconditional love and acceptance. Focus on that. Remember that. When the challenges of day-to-day life come about, when the challenges of humanity press in upon you, remember what you want. Bring your focus back to that which is truly in your highest and best. We would say to you that is peace and love. You may have other things that you are working on in the interim as you attain those. But maintain your focus. Remember what you want, and do not allow the ego to distract you by pointing out all the ways it isn't present yet. So please hear that. Do not allow the ego to distract you by pointing out all the ways you don't have those things yet. You will. Know that you will. All that is in your highest and best is guaranteed to appear in your life. It is, however, up to you to recognize how it's appearing. And that does take both focus and remembering what you want. Thank you.
So we know that you have had days where perhaps you are going along and things are well, and you have a good feeling, and you say, today is a good day. And then someone cuts in front of you in traffic. And you cuss and swear and yell, and now your entire day is blown. This is the work of the ego. This is the work of chaos. This is the work of your mind. If you can be in a situation where you have a good day, and it is started out as a good day, and you are going along and someone cuts you off in traffic, you may get upset. Yet if you can come back to that space of center and peace, and the rest of your day continues and is still as lovely as it started, then you know you are on the right path. Then you know you are focusing where you need to focus. Do not allow the things of life to happen and take away or steal your peace, because as has been mentioned by both of us, the peace never goes away. It is still there. You just lose your connection to it. So we really do ask that you focus on what you want, that you have the mental capacity to bring your thoughts back to the things that are working in your life, to let go of the things that your ego would like to grab hold of and create chaos and mental thoughts and worries. Stop. Breathe. Center. Connect. When this starts to happen in your head, stop. Breathe, center, and connect. We wish for you to have that true connection with the peace and love and the supportive energy that is inside you already. We wish that you see that you feel that you want that. Because this is what we wish for you. We wish for you to not allow those things to get in the way of who you truly are. Allow that ego and mind to step back or aside and quiet down. Allow your soul or source or energy to come in and feel that peace, feel that happiness that is already inside of you. When you are looking for your happiness somewhere else, it will always fail you. Everything in this dimension, everything, whether you are 3, 4, 5, 7, everything in duality is temporary. Nothing will last forever. So if you are assigning something external to your happiness, when I get there, I will be happy. When I have that, I will be happy. When I'm in that relationship, I will be happy. Then you are missing the point, because none of those things will last. They will all shift and change. Some for the better, some for the worse. Yet when you can find that connection to what is already inside of you, that is happy and peaceful and love and good, when you can go back to that place easily, regularly, then those external things are no longer where you look for your happiness. You know that your happiness is an internal job. And we really encourage you to practice your meditation, to practice your breathing, to practice your affirmations, whatever it takes for you to remember your happiness is inside. Every one of you have that. It's just about reconnecting to that energy. So we ask that you sit with that you think of that you breathe for that you meditate for that you quiet your mind for that, to connect again with Source, to connect again with the happiness that is inside of you, to connect again to the joy, to the love, to the contentment that you are, not allowing the external forces, the external energies, the external events to take that away, or to be the purpose of your happiness. Look inside, breathe, connect, remember who you are. You are already happy. You are already at peace. You are already connected to Source. Always. Always. Always.
This is a time in which many changes are taking place upon your world and in your time and in your dimension. These are things which have long been planned, things which have long already occurred in our world. As these times are going through, you will notice that there are many changes, many things that may even bring up within you fear. Things that would cause you to lose focus. It is the focus that you must maintain through these times. If there are phrases, if there are words, if there are things that you would use to maintain that focus, whether it simply be a tone that you sound in the morning and evening, or any time in which you need to express something that words will not say, it is best that you use that tone. We would say very loudly to you and very strongly to you, it is time to practice the tools that you have all learned throughout lifetimes within this game, within this space. This is the time. This is the moment for you to level up. This is the time to remember why you came and what you are here for. Do not allow your mind to distract your being. It is of no consequence. Your mind will never take you to the places you are trying to ascend to. Leave your mind, leave your ego where they are. They are only of benefit in this realm that you live in now. As you move beyond this, you will find that they fall away. You will find that they are no longer of true use for you, because you no longer need the appearance of separation from any energy. Any energy. Please understand this. All energies are one energy. All energies are Source. There is nothing but Source. As you remember this, as you step into this, into your day-to-day life through meditation, through journaling, through all the different tools that you have all been taught, you will find that your life becomes smoother. Your life opens to flow. Yes, there will still be rocks in the river that you must navigate around. That is as it is. But you will find that the river itself will take you past the rocks without wrecking you. if you simply trust. Keep your focus. Keep your focus on that which you really want. Let all else that arises simply fall away as you remember what you want. And know that it is so. And so it is.
And so it is. Hit the button.